Okay, we are back just to show the progress, and this is one that I had started and went across the first 2 rows. When you do the first 2 or 3 rows, it's like you don't know where it starts and where it stops. We don't know which row is which, and I would suggest for that, what Sylvia's done here is to add some Klarn of a different color. So this starts right here, even though the row goes all the way to here. Using a different color for the first row than the second, so that you can see the difference and know where you're going.
But I wouldn't recommend you put it in too much, or your Klarn will end up looking like a mess. But
okay.
Because I like things looking good.
Well, you know what? Either way, it really doesn't matter. Because yes, this is a little bit longer here, but these were my first couple of rows. And honestly, I didn't know which way I was going. Like I had to figure like which was top and which was bottom for my first few. So what I want to say is don't be discouraged if your first few rows look like a complete mess. I didn't post these videos earlier than that because I wanted to make sure that this was going to end up looking like a mat and making sure I was doing it correctly before I posted anything. So Sylvia came back and she's doing this row.
The 11th one.
That would be the 11th row here, and I went back and did her row here so that I could show her that yes, it will flatten out, it will be totally fine, and so keep that in mind. Don't worry about your first couple of rows.
Even though it's really stressful sometimes.
Right, and I saw in another video that somebody was counting how many holes they had so that they would know if it stayed consistent. I counted them, but then it completely didn't even matter. I mean, obviously something happened here, and I know next time I will keep in mind, you know, a way to determine top and bottom. Maybe I could put a pin at the top of one, like this is my first row at the end of each one.
Or you could do my strat. If you have multiple rows, if you know you're gonna have multiple rows, use this strategy. If you have multiple rows, use this strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You know this is the bottom because this is their final row. Or if you're on your first row, use a paper clip or paper pin. And if you've done several rows already, if you're trying to find which one's top or bottom, use this strategy because you don't have a paper clip on there the entire time.
It would also help to pin where the last stitch is, so that you know where the rows are. Because for some reason it's kind of indenting, but pulling it out does help with that too.
And also this looks really good, even though it's not done yet.
You know what? It will come out as a mat. We're just going to keep on going until it's 6 feet long. So it's 3 feet wide by 6 feet long, and then we'll put a strap on one side. We'll put a cord, on the other line so that it can wrap, a tie, like a wrap tie on the other. And so there will be a handle, there will be a wrap tie to tie it up with. Actually, there'll be two wrap ties to tie it around with, like a mat. And
also,
and it will work.
I think it'd be pretty funny if when it is tied up, there could be one in the middle that's a shoulder strap, so you can shoulder strap it.
The shoulder straps are going to be on the side so that it can fold and then wrap up.
Well, it could be on one side. You could have where there's a shoulder strap, and it's the link between two of them. Mm-hmm. Where's the shoulder strap up in the middle, so it sort of hangs on your side and it's not lopsided.
Right. So you also see some of the bags. There are a lot more in the dining room in there, but Sylvia's also been working on a project to separate the colors. So when this is finished, I'm planning on doing this one all brown, which would be Kroger bags and Publix bags, and then bordering it with a different color.
So that's why you should leave your Turner straps, because Turner straps are awesome for bordering.
Okay, now that's going to be something different, but yeah, we can have shoulder straps and the tie strap to be a different color as well.
No, I was thinking on the underside, on the top part or the lower part, you could have actually tie in their shoulder straps for when and they're moving around. They could literally just have it on their shoulder, and it would be in in a lengthwise position instead of a width position.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not up and down. Just sometimes when it's up and down, the shoulder strap goes loose.
Okay, well let's talk about that when we're finishing up the project.
Okay.
So this is she's about a fraction of the 11th row here, but just like Sylvia did, when we get to the end of a row, we could change out the plarn and be a different color. So it could be stripes.
But stripes sometimes doesn't look.
It could be completely random.
I did randomized.
It could be so many things. Right. So even then, you can't so much see it here. There is one random bag. It's a Lowe's bag right here. And so all of these are Kroger bags except for this gray one right here is one single Lowe's bag. So I find that interesting.
Because the farm ball we were given, they tied in a Lowe's bag in between. It's just pretty funny.
Yeah, this one has some green writing on it, so I'm thinking this one might be Publix. So there might be two that are different in here.
It's mainly Kroger, but people shop at Publix. You're gonna have Publix bags.
Well, actually, this batch was from a neighbor who her family had started the projects. They had already made the ball of plarn. They had already cut up a box of bags, and I think it was a brand new box from Kroger that had been donated to them. And so they had fresh, yeah, it's over here. They had fresh bags all cut up, ready to go for us. And then they just gave what they had started, the project that they had started, to us. They hadn't actually started the crocheting, but they had made the plarn and cut up all the bags.
This is the back of Kroger. So many of them.
So they're nicely
cut up.
Stacks and stacks of the bags already cut up.
And also, it looks a lot neater than anything I could ever cut.
They were neater, right, because they're brand new bags. Instead of used bags and then flattening them up, they were perfectly cut, and which made it helpful.
Rotary cutter.
They may have used a rotary. They look very nicely cut. They may have used a rotary cutter.
Because rotary cutters look nice.
Yeah.
And the end result, but it's just easier to do scissors. Because you don't need the cutter and the mat. You just need to cut. You just need the scissors.
Yeah. So that's where we are so far. When you finish, you're going to put a border around, and it's just going to be a single crochet all the way around the whole mat.
Why?
It helps finish it. And then, like we said, we're going to put a strap on this side, and we're going to put 2 ties on this side, so it can be rolled up and then tied all together, and that will finish the project. So thanks for watching.
You could have 2 ties on this end. You don't have to. Why?
And then a shoulder strap. Okay, we'll talk about that when we're finished with the project, but that's our plan.
And by the way, I think my idea would be better.
Okay, let's do it both ways. You can do your way on yours, and I'll do my way on mine.
Also,
and
mine will look prettier and actually look like a bag.
I'm sure it will look fantastic. And everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.